got 2 Barnes & Noble gift cards, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to go book shopping. I actually got these for my birthday in February, so I have zero idea why I haven't spent them yet, but it is time. I've been getting that itch to go and peruse around the bookstore, and today I'm going to be taking you guys with me. If you're new here, by the way, hi, I'm Katie. Nice to meet ya. I talk a lot about books on my channel, and that's really it. There's really only one book that's on my radar right now, which is Project Hail Mary. I want to buy it physically. I'm currently listening to the audiobook, but I would like to do some hybrid reading or even do some immersive reading where I listen to the audiobook and read the book at the same time, because there are just so many scientific things being talked about that just listening to it can be a little bit overwhelming to understand, and I'm kind of like taken aback and I have to go back in the audiobook. I'm like, what is even happening? So that is number 1 on my list. I definitely want to buy that today. I also want to see if they have volumes 5 and 6 of the Emma M. Lyon journals. They're called the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, but I recently finished those and I'm trying to buy them as I finish them, so I'm technically not adding any more books to my TBR. I still need to read volumes 7 and 8, so after I read those, I'll buy those too. I don't know if they're going to have them at Barnes & Noble. They usually never have them at any bookstores whenever I look for them in person, so I have to order them online, but we're gonna check today. Maybe they have them now, who knows? But that series has slowly but surely become one of my favorite series, so I'm really hopeful that they have them today. And I don't really have anything else in mind. I'm just gonna let the books speak to me and we're gonna see what we find. So let's go ahead and get going. Before we go to the bookstore though, I need to get some caffeine of some sort. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we can pop over to Barnes. Can I just have a large Diet Coke, please?
Yep, come through, student.
You too, thank you very much. Yes. I was on the fence whether I wanted a chai or a Diet Coke today, and the Diet Coke, it just hit. McDonald's Diet Coke is like another breed. Even whenever it's watered down, I don't know if this is a hot take, but even whenever it's watered down, it's good. For Christmas a few years ago, my mother-in-law got me these little koozie things, and I love them. So we're gonna put it on this today. This was unintentional, but why does this low-key match my outfit? It's kind of cool. Anyways, now that my spirit is rejuvenated, let's go to Barnes. Okay, I've made it to Barnes. Hopefully you guys can't hear the music. It's not playing too loudly, so I don't think you will be able to. There's actually quite a bit of people here. It is a Friday afternoon. Didn't really think that through. I feel like most of the times when I do these videos, I do have somebody with me, so I feel like a little bit more outgoing, but I'm gonna try my best and film a lot today in the bookstore. The first thing we're on the hunt for today is Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary secured. I'm really excited to have a physical copy of this. The only thing that I don't love is that it's a glossy cover. I feel like my fingerprints are gonna get all over this and make it look a little weird, so don't love that. But it's not always about like the looks. It's about what's on the inside that counts. I did also see if they had the Emma M. Lyon series. They have no books from it. I don't know why they don't sell it in Barnes. I don't know if it's because it's indie published, but they also sell other indie published books, so I feel like that's not even a reason. If you guys have ever found Emma M. Lyon in person, let me know, because I'm genuinely so curious. I don't know if it's just my Barnes or the other bookstores that I go to near me, or if it's like an everywhere thing, but in my opinion, it's a little bogus that they're not sold in stores, because they're incredible books, and I feel like if they were sold in stores, more people would be able to find them and read them. Low-key very bold of me to be filming in the romance section, but I forgot that this just came out on Tuesday. I think this is the Barnes special edition. It has like fireworks on the spread edges. Don't know how I feel about that. Actually, I think I do know how I feel about that. I don't love this. I talked about this in my March wrap-up quite a bit, but I've been feeling really weird about Abby Jimenez since I read Say You'll Remember Me, her release last year. And then I read a novella recently by her, and I feel like those just almost didn't feel like they were written by her, but they just didn't really give me the feeling that her books in the past have, especially because I've loved some of her other books. So I'm like really nervous to get this, but like, do I get it and read it? Because I'm genuinely so curious to see what I would think. Like maybe Say You'll Remember Me is a fluke for me. Okay, actually this is kind of a cool edition. I don't know if this just is in the Barnes edition, but they have like design on the chapter pages, which is kind of cool. I've also been hearing a lot of mixed reviews about this one though too, from other people who really like Abby Jimenez. But I also feel like the curiosity of it all is just gonna get the better of me. So I feel like I should just buy it and read it. I found the new covers of the Windy City series. I honestly don't really like these covers as much as the old ones. I feel like out of all of them, I don't mind Caught Up. I like the stars, and obviously the Whisk for Miller. They only have the last 3 hold. They don't have Mile High or The Right Move. But this is Play Along. I don't love it. I feel like I much prefer the Skyline covers. They also have Rewind It Back too. I don't know. I just, like, I can't explain why, I just don't like these. I found the Shady Hollow series. I know it's like a cozy murder mystery series. I feel like it's something that I would like because I don't like things that scare me too much, but I want to look it up on Goodreads first. Shady Hollow. I also think it's with like woodland creatures, which sound just really cute. Okay, it has a 3.74 rating. That's not bad. I think that these were on Kindle Unlimited a while ago. Let me check there. Okay, they're not on Kindle Unlimited anymore. I will say they've been out for a while, and it is a long series. And I feel like with the cozy mysteries that I've read, they can be kind of like hit or miss. So maybe I'll just get this one from the library instead of buying it, just to like see if I even like this author's writing style, because I've never read anything by them. You guys, it is absolutely downpouring outside. It's actually insane. So perfect way to spend like a rainy day in a cozy way. I don't know why I didn't mention this was on my radar earlier. I saw it here and I was immediately like, I want that now. It is Writers and Lovers. This is by Lily King, the author of Heart the Lover, which I read. I rated 5 stars and I absolutely loved. And these books are interconnected. This one is technically the prequel to Heart the Lover. I don't know if there's like a specific order you should read them in. I knew there was a prequel whenever I read Heart the Lover, but I just read Heart the Lover first because it came out recently and I figured I could always go back and read this one if I really enjoyed it. And that was a book club book for me and my friends. Guys, the rain is so loud inside the building. As someone with storm anxiety, I'm trying not to freak out. Hopefully it's not a storm and it's just rain. Anyways, I'm really excited they actually have it here because the past few times I have gone to a bookstore, they haven't had it at all. It's been sold out. So I'm really excited. I feel like it's a sign that I should get it today. I just really like Lily King's writing. It's very like straightforward, no frill, but also leaves like a little bit to be interpreted. So I'm definitely adding this one to my basket, which yes, I did decide to get a basket, which I showed you guys, but didn't say anything because there was something about like physically touching the Project Hail Mary cover that was giving me like my skin was crawling. So I needed a basket. This tote is actually so cute. I don't need any more totes though. I've been hanging out in the YA fantasy section and just the adult fantasy section for quite a while now, and I feel like it's making me realize how many fantasy books I actually want to read. Just off of this table right here, we have The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I've wanted to read this for so long. I'm gonna read it on Kindle Unlimited before I buy physical copies, but I've heard amazing things about this series. My friend Abby read it and she absolutely loved it. I think my friend Olivia read it and loved it too, and I've heard great things about it online as well. I don't want to read the back because I'm not even gonna buy it today, but I am really excited to read that whenever like it comes time. I also really want to read The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Peruse Project talks about the series all the time, and I really haven't heard anybody else talk about it, but it just looks interesting. Our main character is treated as an outcast, and he's secretly tutored into becoming an assassin. He's rejected by his family. There's magic. I also do want to read more Sanderson. I don't know if I want to go into The Way of Kings next though, because this is big. It is surprisingly pretty floppy though for a big book, but I do want to read Mistborn. That's on my yearly TBR this year. It's actually on last year's TBR. I just never got to it, but I want to buddy read that with my brother-in-law. I'm really excited to read more from him. Maybe I'll read The Way of Kings after I read Mistborn. We'll see. I don't know. Operation Bounce House by Matt Dinniman. This is his newest release. I'm tempted to get this specifically for Luke because I still have to read the rest of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, but Luke loved the Dungeon Crawler Carl series and he read them so quickly, and I've never seen him read like that. His birthday is actually like 2 weeks from now. I did pre-order him the newest book that's coming out in May, but he's not going to be able to open it on his birthday, so I kind of feel bad. But I also feel like sometimes when I buy him books, if he's not excited about them, that like adds pressure to it, and he doesn't always want to read them, so I don't want to like pressure him into reading this, but I still feel like he would enjoy it. It's kind of like almost backwards Dungeon Crawler Carl. So our main character's world is under attack by Earth, but the way that Earth is attacking them, it's through spaceships that are manned by AI soldiers. So it's kind of like a video game too. I don't know. I feel like he would like this. I feel like I would like this too eventually, like when I get to it after Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I don't want to overwhelm myself too much. I also don't know if this is going to be a standalone or a series, so I'm curious. I think for now I'm going to put it back and I'll keep thinking about it. Not gonna lie, I'm mad that they came out with an Oathbound paperback edition like right before I was gonna read it, because then they all would have matched with like the sword on the spine. And the only hardcover I have of this series is of this one. This cover is really cool though. I'm excited to read this in April nonetheless, even though I do have the hardcover edition. I've seen so many beautiful covers today, but this Divine Rivals special edition, are you joking me? This is so pretty. Like, I'm astounded. I really like the gold spine too, and then it opens up. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is how you do a special edition. This is so beautiful. They have 2 different quotes on the back too. I feel like if I would have loved this book more than I did, I would get this. But if you love Divine Rivals, you need to come get this right now because this is absolutely stunning. Honestly, Shield of Sparrows by Devoney Perry isn't as big as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be big because this is on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm not gonna buy it, but I've heard really great things about it. I do want to focus on the other fantasy series that I'm in the middle of first before I start this one, but the second one comes out, I believe, like this month. I just feel like whenever fantasy books are on Kindle Unlimited, normally they are like big fantasy books, like they're honkers. I will say that the text is small. Don't love that, but that's also why I'm gonna be reading this on my Kindle. Okay, I've been here for quite a while. I think I'm gonna look around the bookstore one last time and then check out. It's been a few days since I've been book shopping, and it is now time for the book haul portion of this video. And I wanted to wait because I actually ended up ordering some books online. So I'm gonna show you the books that I got while I was book shopping, the ones I got online, and then I also recently received a book in the mail from Penguin Random House. And I did indeed open the package immediately when I got it because I was really excited. I don't really get a lot of publisher mail, so anytime I do get some, it just feels extra special. The book that I ended up getting was Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. This is the new paperback cover edition, and it's very pretty. I've always really liked red and pink together, but this new style of cover is very vibrant and fun. I really like it. I've been meaning to get to Deep Cuts for quite some time now, so I'm very thankful that they ended up sending it over. This book is set in the 2000s and it revolves heavily around music, and I love music plotlines in books, and the tagline on the back says, "It was the love story of a decade, or it should have been." It also says Deep Cuts examines the nature of talent, obsession, belonging, and above all, our need to be heard. And it also looks like A24 is going to be making this into a movie soon, so I will definitely be reading this before the movie comes out. Next, let's go ahead and do the books that I got while I was book shopping, and then we can save the package as a little fun surprise for later. I originally ended up getting 4 books, and I didn't even spend my $100 in gift cards, which I was very shocked by. But I had to go back to Barnes & Noble and end up returning one of those books, and that was Abby Jimenez's newest release, The Night We Met. And I feel like I already talked about it a little bit in this video. After I bought it, I was having a lot of buyer's remorse. I even got it out and like flipped through the pages. I read the synopsis again, and I think I just realized that I wasn't super excited to read it. I was honestly dreading reading it. Also, the trope for this book being boyfriend's best friend, as in the female main character, falls in love with her boyfriend's best friend. That's just not gonna fly with me. I've also heard a lot of other things about the book and it not going over well, and I can always read it eventually if I want to. I'm sure it's gonna be on Kindle Unlimited someday because a lot of her books end up getting put on there. Or if my curiosity gets the better of me, I can check it out from my library eventually, but I, at this time, have no desire to read the book. I think I'm also starting to realize that the idea of auto by authors might not really be a thing for me anymore. I really want to make sure the tropes and the synopsis aligns with my taste before I buy something blindly, even if it is from an author that I've really enjoyed in the past. For example, Hannah Bonham Young, she came out with People Watching last year, and I was really excited for it. I really loved the cover, and then I read the synopsis and the tropes, and I was just like, that is not going to be for me. I don't want to read it. And I feel like I say this all the time, but the beauty of reading is that it is subjective. If you really enjoyed The Night We Met, I'm very happy for you that you did end up enjoying it. I just don't think that it's for me, or maybe just not for me at this time. And if I do end up reading it eventually and really liking it, I can buy it after I read it from the library or Kindle Unlimited, like I already said. Anyways, going on into the 3 books that I bought and did not return. The first one I have already finished, and it's going to be in a vlog coming very soon, and that book is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And I don't know if it's going to be in my next video or the video after that yet, but I end up reading the book and watching the movie in that video, so be excited for that. The next book that I got was Heart the Lover by Lily King. I am so excited to read this. I really enjoyed her writing style in Heart the Lover that I read earlier this year, which has been one of my favorite books of the whole year so far. This is following the same female main character that was in Heart the Lover, so I'm excited to continue her story. This is actually a prequel, and it says it is an unforgettable
portrait of an artist as a young woman. I am a little bit nervous for this. I've heard some mixed reviews on this book, especially for people that read Heart the Lover first and then go back to this, because this was written, I believe, quite a long time ago. Actually, I'll look it up. Goodreads says it was written, okay, not that long ago. It was written in 2020. That was 6 years ago though now. That's scary to think about. Nonetheless, I'm really excited to continue that character story, and I eventually really want to read everything that Lily King writes, so I'm excited to get to this one. The last book that I found at the bookstore was one that I found at the last second. It was in the new and noteworthy section, and honestly, that section is kind of a mess. I love book shopping, don't get me wrong, but if I'm looking for a book and it is in the new and noteworthy section, I'm instantly in hell because nothing is categorized or alphabetized. It is just very all over the place and confusing, and obviously you can know what a book looks like, but sometimes the spine might look different than the book, so it just makes it extra confusing, and it's just kind of a lot. A lot of the times the booksellers also don't know where they are, so I don't really know why they organize it like that. Who knows? But I ended up reading Best Offer Wins by Marisha Kashino in the month of March, and I absolutely loved it. This is a thriller about our main character, Margot, and she has been going through it with the house market. Her and her husband have applied for so many different houses. They haven't gotten them, and one day her dream house gets listed, and she is willing to do literally anything to get her dream house. And for me, I'm an absolute scaredy cat, but this book didn't scare me, but it did everything I want a thriller mystery to do. So I loved it. I cannot recommend this enough. If you're in a book slump, I'm telling you, like, this is the book to get you out of it. Super fast paced, super fun, and Margot, she's crazy, which honestly made me love her even more. When I saw this at the last minute, I knew I had to snag it because I really love this book and I can see myself talking about it a lot, and I just really enjoyed it, and I read it from the library, so figured I would buy myself a physical copy. Okay, now on to the last part of the book haul, this little package right here. Side note, but I love whenever book packages have these little like pull things. It just makes it like extra satisfying to open. Let's open her up. You kidding? Looking at these books, I am actually so excited that I own them and they're going to be on my bookshelves. They are so pretty. I know I already mentioned the M.M. Lion series before in this video that I couldn't find them in my local Barnes, and I haven't been able to really find them in stores anywhere, so I decided to order them. There are currently 8 books out in the series, and I got books 1 through 4 for Christmas, and I have read up to volume 6. So I ended up buying myself volume 5, which is this gorgeous purple cover. May I just say, these covers are absolutely stunning. Also, earlier in this video, I'm pretty sure I said these were indie published. They're not. They're by Regan Press? I'm not sure. So I don't really know why they're not in stores, especially because they're beautiful. So I got volume 5 and I also got volume 6. Don't love this color as much. It kind of just looks like the color of paper, but I still love the way that the cover looks, so I'm not going to complain. I talk about the M.M. Lion series so much on my channel. I cannot wait to finish it soon. There are 8 in total, and my plan with this series is after I read one, I can buy it physically. They are all on Kindle Unlimited, so if you have a subscription and you're interested in reading, I highly recommend that you do. They're a very quirky historical fiction series following our main character, M.M. Lion, and you get to read her journals of what she gets up to in London during the Victorian era. The found family and the subplot of romance are what make this book so special to me. And these are also just so fun, and they don't take themselves too seriously either. I really, really love this series. So I'm really excited to add these to my bookshelves and then eventually add the rest of the series. The main reason why I'm waiting to buy the books physically until after I read them is because I don't really want to add a ton of more books to my TBR cart right now. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you watch until this far in the video, go ahead and comment down below the purple flower emoji so I know who the real ones are who watched until the end. And I think that's going to be it from me today. I love you guys so much. Hope you're all having an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
Really, Katie? I love getting stared at while I'm filming. It's really fun. Let's bring this down a little bit. Nobody saw that.
Peace.